Yeah, phantom morning to everybody, wherever you may be. Let's talk about the anchored reality, because an anchored reality is nothing but, you know, just the thoughts and feelings, just the frequencies, vibrations that a person may have experienced in their early childhood development that becomes immersed in their mind. So that becomes the perceived reality that they have based upon, the programming that they have on their mind, right? And that programming a lot of the times includes things like feelings, includes things like, okay, how do you see yourself? How do you see your reality? How do you talk to yourself and stuff like that, right? So a lot of the times we just have these frequencies, these vibrations based upon just being, potentially being in a negative environment and things like that. I don't know what everyone's personal story is exactly, but I know when people get exposed to things frequently enough, like let's say fear, stuff like that, stress, eventually people assimilate these dispositions, assimilate these mentalities, and that just becomes their way of life. So, you can meet some 13-year-old that's just extremely stressed out, because they grew up in an environment that was just extremely stressing. And as a child, they shouldn't have anything to worry about, but, because of the environment they grew up in, they may kind of develop or become an adult that just is very stressful for like no reason. Where a person, to the point that a person can be in a forest, and there could be a bunch of trees, a bunch of monkeys, a bunch of squirrels, I don't know. But still a person may find it difficult to, relax and stuff like that. But now that programming, that energy, how that biology is wired, that psychology and shit like that, is literally like a wiring system and shit like that, right? So it's like, gotta slowly unplug from that and shit, right? So now that's a script, that's a narrative that subconsciously we're manifesting and shit like that. Like just based upon what do we believe about ourselves, what do we believe about reality and stuff like that. So there's a subconscious script that we're manifesting and stuff like that. The question is that subconscious script actually beneficial for us, or is that subconscious script negative for us? And and if it's negative, then ideally you're going to be able to separate from that script. But see, it's interesting because we tell ourselves a story, a convenient story about why we are where we're at, why we're not where we want to be, and why we shouldn't be there and stuff like that. Now it's like, it's not like people consciously tell themselves like, they can't get somewhere or be somewhere. No, it's all subconsciously going on. So whatever a person subconsciously believe, that's going to play out as their reality. So if these subconscious beliefs are not rewired, if these subconscious beliefs are not, if we don't make massive action and actually progress in these things, then it's like, okay, that wiring system is going to remain the same. So if you take action that is contrary to that wiring system, then it's like you kind of expose that demon to a lie almost. We're like, okay, shit, that was a half-truth. Damn, what else can I do? Type shit, right? But it all starts with believing in ourselves. A lot of the times, we believe in like fear. A lot of the times people believe in worry. A lot of times people believe in stress. A lot of times people believe in doubt and shit like that. And it'd be like real subconscious reasons why, quote unquote, people do that and shit. So but it all really just seems like, to me, stems from out of like self-preservation, like the survival mode type shit. It's just self-preservation, survival mode type shit, right? Where it's like, okay, I want to be safe, I want to be secure, I want to be stable, I want to survive. But it's like that's like the lowest thing on the lowest scale a person could live on type shit. You know what I'm saying? When it's truly abundant and blissful out here, based upon the anchored reality, a person may not be able to perceive that. You know what I'm saying? To the point that God may be right there, but a person is too busy. Oh man, the devil's after me. Or whatever narrative that a person has made a part of, or whatever. It could be religious. It could just be, it could be a lot of different things. But yeah, with that being said, that's just the anchored reality. Make sure you explore your anchored reality and understand what you don't want to experience, what you do want to experience, and take some serious, massive action, because no one can save you at the end of the day other than fucking you. Better believe that. Real stuff.